Hello world and welcome back to my little channel Helping Hand. Yeah, the channel is growing and growing. It's still a little channel, but maybe in the next weeks I reach 100 subscribers. I really appreciate this and I'm really happy about this because all I want to do and all I want to say, I want to help. That's why I call myself Helping Hand. Today I want to make a video and I really thought about it in the last weeks. Yes, I want to do a video about shoegaze and how to shoegaze. First of all, what is shoegaze? I really don't know. That to say, I'm getting 50 next year, and back in the 90s when all these shoegaze bands approached on the planet, like Slowdive and later Mogwai and My Bloody Valentine and so on. Here back in Germany, we all called this kind of music independent music or indie music, with bands like House of Love and Jesus and Mary Chain and so on and so on. So the term shoegaze, I never used it, we never used it in my community. But I think shoegaze for me is all about this washy wall of sound guitars make using different pedals, and in the first place, of course, reverb and delay sounds. I did a little research on YouTube and watched other videos because I wanted to see if there is really something like a tutorial how to shoegaze, and I didn't find any video. There are videos about how to play Souvlaki Space Station from Slowdive, or what kind of pedals should I use to create shoegaze sound, but there's not really a video about how can I do it? Not only what kind of effects should I use, but how could or should I play shoegaze music? So this is a little try from me, to help you at all the shoegaze newcomers. I think maybe it's not so interesting, but I really don't know, for people who play shoegaze for years. And there are some annoying things in the other YouTube videos, and I also be in different forums, like the Offset Guitar Forum on Facebook and other forums. And there's always the question, is this a good guitar for shoegaze? Forget about it. There is no shoegaze guitar. That doesn't exist. There's also not this guitar for blues or anything else. If you watch the live videos from bands like Slowdive and Mogwai, for instance, and for example, they use, of course, jazz masters. Yes, this is the guitar that always people tell you use a jazz master, but they also use Telecasters, Gibson Les Pauls, whatever guitar. Play shoegaze with your guitar. It doesn't exist a shoegaze guitar. This is the first point. And second, the basic tone for shoegaze, you only have to use two different kind of pedals. It's a delay pedal and a reverb pedal. When I first started playing guitar or listening to music, maybe I was 12 years old or 14 years old, there were no shoegaze independent bands. That was later. But there were some bands that used delay sounds, and that really touched my heart. My parents had a record from The Shadows, a band I think back in the 60s or 70s, I really don't know exactly. And both they made instrumental music, and maybe you know the song Apache. And yeah, the two guitarists, and they used delay pedals, and I really thought when I was a child, oh man, what beautiful kind of tone this is. And I think this is the point where it all started for me, to let me say it this way. Okay. And when I had my first band, when I was 19 years old, of course, the first pedal I bought was a delay pedal. I think it was a Zoom, a plastic pedal box with two pedals in one, and later the Zoom reverb, also a plastic. But I was happy at that time, and of course in the last 30 years I used a lot of reverb and delay pedals, and yeah, they appeared on my pedal board and they disappeared on my pedal board. But now I'm just looking over to my pedal board. I'm really satisfied with my setup. I think it will not be changed so much in the future. I have two delays. My go-to delay pedal is the DoD Rubberneck. I also made a video here on YouTube about this pedal. I think it's the most musical analog delay pedal I ever played. Yeah, absolutely brilliant to my ears. And yeah, to widen my range, I also use the Source Audio Nemesis, and I think these two pedals will stay in the next, I really don't know, 5-10 years. On the reverb side, I use my Boss RV500. It has some nice reverb sounds, but I'm not totally satisfied with this pedal. 2 years ago, I think I had the Strymon Flint on my pedal board, and I really don't know why I resold it. That's the right term. I really don't know. Yeah, I'm still missing my Strymon Flint. I think in the next years, when I got saved enough money, I will definitely buy another one because to my ears, it's the best sounding digital reverb. Yeah, I've ever heard. Okay, so next step, we're going over now to my pedal board and with my guitar, and okay, I only got now Jazz Masters here in my rehearsal room, so I will use them. And okay, bye. Okay, let's start. First, I play yeah, kind of shoegaze chords. I will always play the same, and this is first of all without any effects. And now we create a really basic shoegaze sound. And now I choose a delay, in this case a tape delay. I would not recommend the digital sound of a delay. In my opinion, it's not that good for shoegaze sound, but a tape or analog delay, yeah, is in my opinion much better. So this is the tape setting. No, this is not the tape setting. This is the tape setting. You hear there are not so many repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is the tempo. And you, in the first step, you should play in this tempo, not. You can do this later, but this is the basic now we are talking about. Okay, and now in this. it sounds kind of shoegazy, but the room, the reverb is missing. This is only the reverb sound. Not a big hall, just maybe a room setting. But that's enough. I always play delay into reverb. You can try the other way, and some people are satisfied with this way, so some people are satisfied with the other way. I always play delay into reverb, that's my sound. So, now both together, and I think this is the first shoegaze sound. In this setting you can hear every chord, every tone, and at the same time it's a wall of sound, it's washy, and yeah, I think this is the best way. But you can open it more, you can make bigger hall settings. Just let us try this out. Now I use yeah, let's take this one. This is a bigger hall. Let's see how this sounds. So the chords and the tones, they get a step back, and the effect is more Vordergrund. I really don't know it, but you know what I mean. That's more washy. You can use this. So let's also raise up the repeats of a delay. Let me see. I think this is a really long delay. Together with a big hall, it sounds like this. And this is for me too much, because the chord changes are in a straight tempo, and the reverb and delay is much too long. So when I change a chord, the reverb and delay is always a step behind, or a step too much forward. Okay, and now we come to another setting that shoegazers use. I really don't know if every pedal can do this, but that you can't hear the first chord you play. Normally when you use a delay, you play and you hear the guitar and then the delay. And in this case, you don't hear the guitar strumming, and the first you hear is the first delay. So listen to this. See? And I play the same, and you will hear a difference. default, we go back to the first reverb setting. Sounds kind of smoother than the other setting. And now go back to delay. And now I will show you something. As I said before, this is the tempo. And you're getting better and better being a guitar player when you use a delay, because you have really be in time. You have to play really exact. Otherwise the delay not goes out of tune or goes out of the tempo. Listen to this. The delay and my playing are in time. So I can play, now I'm playing faster than the delay, and the sound like this. Sounds like mess to my ears. So in the first step, it's really important when you create a song or just a little melody that you always play exact in time. Otherwise it's a kind of mess. Let's change to the rubber neck with a really slow setting. That's the difference. When you have a slow setting, I will show you. So this is a really long delay, 1 second, more than 1 second. And of course I could play in this tempo the same chords. But you can play, or it also really sounds good when you play double the time or half the time. In this case, I would play double the fast than the delay setting. Maybe this is 1 second delay, but I play half second on the guitar. That also sounds good. I try this. I really don't do this that often. So this is also possible. So this is the basic, yeah, how to shoegaze, shoegaze, and now you can add every kind of sound you want. Some use fuzz sounds, distortion, chorus, delay, and so on. If you start to shoegaze, I would highly recommend the Line 6 M5. It's a very cheap multi-delay pedal, and there are a lot of reverb, delay, but also chorus sounds. But you want to add something. So if you got a delay, if you got a reverb, then buy it's not that expensive on the aftermarket, the Line 6 M5, and you can add chorus and flangers and whatever you want. And if you got two delays, you can combine them. It's quite interesting. I got now the rubberneck to this slow setting. And double with the source audio. And I play now without reverb, but it sounds kind of reverb when you use two delays. Listen. No reverb, but it sounds like a reverb. This is also a little trick. And now both delays with exact same tempo. Sounds like this. Doesn't sound that reverbish. It sounds like two delays playing at the same time. Yeah. So I think that's the first step about how to play shoegaze. I hope it helps someone, and a really big sorry for my English today. As today it's all about but it's really different for me talking about technical terms, because it's really long ago that I spoke English and had English in school, and it's all kind of rusty. And but maybe from video to video I'm getting better and better, and I hope you get the same approach playing with your delays and reverbs. Okay, bye.